talking to a guy this morning, and he said, you're a younger guy, and he thought my job was dirty because, well, the yard I'm hauling out of Enid for the next couple of days, Enid, Oklahoma, it's dusty, it's dirty. I said, no, this isn't the dirtiest job I had. I said, the dirtiest job I had was a company called Mountain View. Mountain View Hauling, they're out of Virginia, but they had a contract in Mount Pleasant, Texas with Pilgrim's Pride. And I was running in we did mostly the off haul, we do some live haul. So I might have a tank with several thousand gallons of blood in it, might have some grease or feed, might be doing a hopper with some sea meal or bone meal or soy, or might be delivering some feed to a rail car. Or we might have an end dump full of guts and blood. We have to go pick it up in a drain pit and be wading around in it, in the blood and the water, and having to close the valves and pull the intestines and crap out of the valves to make sure they close right, so you weren't draining that crap 100 miles up the road back to the reclamation plant. Or it might be a load of feathers, and you have to climb up there and get on top of the feathers, roll your tarp out, so you can cover the tarp so you wouldn't blow feathers all the way down the road. Or it might be a tanker full of sludge, and all sludge was the wastewater from the chicken kill plant, and all the crap settled on the top, and the water would be on the bottom, and we'd haul that back to Mount Pleasant, and it'd sit for a couple of days, and then it'll usually go to like a sod farm or a produce farm and get sprayed for fertilizer. That was definitely probably my dirtiest job, man. It stank all the time. That reclamation plant always smelled. The kill plants always, especially in the Texas summer. And the guts and stuff in the end dump had one baffle in the end dump. A lot of times it wouldn't close. If they didn't close it and loaded it, it'd just sit there and swing like this going down the road. That stuff would swell up in the heat and get slick, and if you hit the brakes too hard, they'd shoot up over the nose of the trailer and the back of the cab and the catwalk in the road, or if you weren't careful, it'd slosh back and come out the back of the tailgate over the top. That little rollout tarp didn't do a whole lot for it. I always stank when I came home. I think that's the only job I ever had where the kids and my ex were like, yeah, no, you got to take your boots off outside and straight to the shower you go. Especially if we ran a load of guts and then I had to go down to Pittsburgh, load soy and bring it back, and that stuff would just coat you, man. It just have that like that fine yellow powder like all over you. And yeah, that was live haul was interesting too. Have to be out early morning, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, be at the farm to catch the first crew of birds. And you'd have to they bring the cage out and sit on the trailer, and then they bring another cage out and sit on top, and it'd be full of chickens. You had to put these boomer things on it, long bars with hooks on the top, like springs on the bottom, a little chain, and a snap binder. And that's how you chain it to the trailer. Problem was, when they would drop that top cage on, if you didn't hurry up and do it, well, the chickens were all clenched up. If you waited till they got relaxed, they'd shit. And they'd squirt that out of the cage and they'd get you. You always carried an extra change of clothes, because sometimes the catch crews would work really fast and you couldn't get it boomed quite fast enough. And then the birds would get you. That was always fun. That was a great wake-up call at like 4 o'clock in the morning, getting shit on by a chicken. Yeah, that was probably my dirtiest job.